Hey guys, and welcome to another Leon video with me, Jay Billing. Now, it's been a long time since the last Leon driving video, and there is good reason for that. I've changed jobs, I've got the hobby of the remote control stuff, and generally I've just been very busy at the flat and things like that. I just want to start by saying that this video has no intention whatsoever of breaking any road laws whatsoever. Now, I will obviously abide by the laws on the road here. If I do happen to break those laws, it's not intentional. And obviously I will apologise in advance. I believe myself to be a responsible and safe driver. And let's do this then. So, I've had the Leon now for nearly 3 years. It's obviously had the remap done to it. It produces a little bit over 200 horsepower. It's a diesel 2 litre TDI, 6 gears, and it's an absolutely cracking motor. So, let's go ahead and get cracking with this then. So, I have electric wing mirrors. They fold themselves out. And let's go then. So, I'm using the GoPro to record this drive today. Okay, so let's go. So yeah, the vehicle initially had 170 horsepower, and that's a 2 litre TDI with a lot of torque. Now the engine itself is very powerful. Now I do wish I'd gone for a stage 2 on this. This is just the stage 1, kind of the ECU remap. It just makes the engine produce more power, obviously within the tolerances of the existing setup that is here. Now, the car itself, I've mentioned many a times before, is incredibly fun to drive. It's obviously a Golf underneath. It's very similar to all of the different Golf models, and you know, it does a 0 to 60 in about 6 seconds, 6.5 seconds. So it's pretty quick for, you know, the weight of a diesel, the fact that it is a diesel in the first place, and you know, the idea that you can still get, I don't know, 80 miles to the gallon on a good day if you're really being gentle with it. Now, I've had the car, like I said before, for about 3 years, and in that time I've gone through quite a lot of different tyres on the thing. You know, I started with the Dunlops, I went to the Michelin, then I went to a really budget cheap brand, and now I've gone to a company called Uniroyal. Now, Uniroyal are a byproduct of another racing manufacturer. But yeah, I mean, I've been using those for quite some time now, and they've been absolutely fantastic. Now, I've used them for roughly a year. I've gone through 2 sets, to be fair. So I've gone through 8 tyres in total. And, you know, they've been fantastically grippy tyres. I've used a lot of different ones, like I said, and these ones have been the best for control, for all weather, especially in the UK here, where we have a lot of rain. You know, it's very slippy in the winter, and obviously in the summer when it's dry, or on drier days in general like today, you know, you still have that level of, you know, fantastic grip and enjoyable drive. They're quiet tyres as well, so you don't hear a lot of road noise from them. So yeah, so far so good. Another thing I want to talk about is something I mentioned previously in another video, and that is the fact that my fuel bill each month has gone down since the remap by about 1/3. So before I was probably putting in about £130, £150 of diesel. Now I'm putting in about £80 a month, £90 a month, and obviously that is about 1/3 off my usual bill. Now, what's the benefit of having a remap then, apart from the economy change? Well, personally, I mean, I would say that 200 horsepower is about the sweet spot for any front-wheel drive car. And, you know, any more than that, you start to get a bit stupidly ridiculous on the front. You start to get torque steer, you know, understeer, oversteer, whatever you get on, you know, on the normal roads of the UK. And, you know, it's just too much power for the front wheels to be handling, to be pulling, to be braking, to be steering. You know, and obviously the differential as well, it's just too much for the front. So that's why I stuck at 200, and you know, it is beneficial in terms of the power gain. You know, you're going up 33, something like that, 30 horsepower, 31 to 33 horsepower. You know, and that raises, yes, the top speed gets raised up quite a lot. From about 130 miles an hour up to about 150, so you can go a little bit quicker. But you've got to remember as well that diesels, they're not meant for the top speed, and that's one thing that I've noticed with this car on private roads, and I've really put it up to speed. you know, it really can get up to 140, and then it just, well, I'd say 130, and then you're out of the turbo boost, out of the spool, and the boost pressure is kind of non-existent after that, and therefore you kind of crawl up to 150. But yeah, I mean, on a good day, 150, most days 147 miles an hour, something like that. And it, like I said, it's just a very, very good car. You know, at those sort of speeds, you'd expect a lot of kind of wind noise, a lot of kind of vibration or shaking from the car. But to be fair, I know it's only a Golf underneath, but Golfers are good cars. You know, they're very stable bits of kit. You know, this is the 2011 model, so it's not the newest, but still it performs extremely well for its age. And like I said, I've gone through tyres on it, and I never really noticed any kind of shaking from the vehicle as I drive it. And you know, that's what makes it enjoyable to drive. It's a smooth, comfortable experience. It's spacious, you know, and the remap makes it worth, you know, the money you pay for a car like this with this much power, because you're kind of getting the full amount of power from the engine within its existing tolerances. Now, I've been driving for about 8 years, and I've owned quite a few different cars, but this is definitely the best car I've actually driven. The one thing I'd like to say actually is just how kind of great the turbo spool is since the remap, because there is a, you know, I'll demonstrate that later on within the tolerances of the law. You know, you can put your foot down, and you do wait a second or two for the turbo to spool up and spin, but you know, after that, you know, it's instant power more or less after that. You know, you don't have a delay at all, you know, so that's one of the cool things about it. So I'm in Leicestershire at the minute. We're driving around on some country roads, you know, just enjoying it. It's a Saturday. I'm using, like I said, the GoPro app on there on my phone. You can see what it's seeing, which is pretty damn cool actually. But to be fair, I mean, I've had the car, like I said, for about 3 years, and I've not noticed any change in the engine tone. There's not been any breakdowns or any parts been replaced, apart from the tyres for obvious reasons, because they're a wearable part. I'll show you in a minute that there is no torque steer at all from idle or from still. So let's just do that now. I'm just going to pull up and show you there's actually nothing behind us at all. Nothing there. There's no one in the rear view mirror. No one ahead of us. I'm trying to be as safe as I can with this. So we're in first gear, okay, and I'll let go of the steering wheel, foot down, a little bit to the left there, but I think that could be because the road is uneven. The road itself is actually going to the left, it has a camber to it. I'll try that again here. I think it'll do the same though, because like I said, we are actually on a camber. I'm trying to show there's no one behind us. It's all safe to do this. Hands off. Yep, no torque steer whatsoever there at all. So yeah, as you can see, the car drives really well. We're in some beautiful country lanes here in the middle of nowhere. Some great views in this part of the country. Obviously you've got to be mindful on country roads of horses, walkers, joggers, cyclists, all those sort of risks and dangers, obviously, and animals as well. But as you can see, I mean, the car does drive beautifully. There's not, you know, too much noise in the cabin. You know, it sticks to the road so well. Like you turn into a corner at speed, and it is. I mean, we're doing 60 now, which is the legal limit for these roads. National speed limit applies. You know, as you come into the corners, it just sticks down so well. Doing 60 now on the cruise control. Braking into the corner. It's beautiful. Foot down again. 55, 58, 60. And straight back down again because we're on a hill with a hidden bend. I'm in 6th gear here. Gives a great exhaust note from it for 6th gear. It's very deep. Whoa, ooh, rumble. Okay, down to 4th, into the corner. We're approaching a village, it's going to be 30 miles an hour. If you don't know what the speed limit is when you enter a town or a village, there's one hidden giveaway. If you can see street lamps, it's always 30 miles an hour unless otherwise stated. So if there's street lights to light up the village that you're in, or town that you're in, or area that you're in, it's always going to be a 30 miles an hour unless otherwise stated. Here we go, hazard 101. Horses in a village. Cautious as we approach. Okay, well, we're leaving that village now, so it'll be national speed limit shortly. Cool. A lorry and a bus. Well, I've not seen any signs to say it's national speed limit yet, so we'll stick at 30. Still 30 all along here, as you can see. I was right to do that. I've never been on these roads before. This is all new to me here. So 30 miles an hour. Signs just went past. Got someone right up behind me, but that's okay because I'm not going any faster than this. I'm safe. So on a scale of 1 to 10, would I recommend this car to another person? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, everyone that I've taken for a drive in this car, they've really enjoyed it. They think it's a great looking car anyway. I like the older style. I think it looks a bit better. Now, the Mark II was my favourite, but you know, this one isn't too bad. It's the Mark IV, I believe, because it's before it kind of got cloned into the Golf look, and obviously it is a Golf, but it has different body panels and lights on it, and I think it just looks really cool, like unique and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, the car is planted on the ground when you try and turn corners at speed or anything like that. You know, it is great. And like I said before, the economics of it is brilliant. Now this is the FR model, so the FR has like anti-lock braking and obviously air conditioning and the alloy wheels and all that kind of stuff, and like the premium body pack and things like that. I don't really know if it has anything mechanically different to the normal model in terms of like any engine management software or any kind of I don't know, like obviously ABS or something, but it drives great. Let's go. National speed limit, foot down, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, and we'll slow down straight away. 60 miles an hour, cruise control. So I have a little button on the side of my stick here on the indicator stalk. I can click it to go faster or slower as well, and also obviously to speed up and slow down, which is really cool. So if I want to speed up, I can click and hold this button here, and slow down is that one. It's pretty cool. So you can actually speed up and slow down from the stalk rather than the accelerator pedal. So we're doing 60 here. This is the national speed limit on these roads. Very enjoyable. We're currently consuming 101 miles to the gallon in terms of diesel, which is absolutely outrageously good. Foot down again, national speed limit, 40, 50, 55, 60. Okay. So how does the car stop in a hurry? Absolutely well. You know, brilliant. If you have to do an emergency stop, you know, the car does stop incredibly fast. I'll wait till it's safe and I'll do an emergency stop. As you can see, there is nobody behind us whatsoever. It's all clear behind. Doing 40 miles an hour, I'm going to do an emergency stop, and now. Really fast, you know, barely any skid on the wheels at all. The ABS kicks in, and you know, it stops you in a nice hurry. You know, it's a controlled stop. It's controlled. You don't feel like you're losing control of the vehicle. I've actually found if I turn a corner at speed with this car, and obviously it's slippy on the ground, or there's, I don't know, mud on the ground that you haven't seen, your wheels actually account for that. So like the ABS will actually brake for you on the wheel that is about to lose grip. So on the opposite side, it will drag you back in, so you don't actually lose control of the vehicle, which is absolutely brilliant. You know, God, this is a bit steep. Whew. I'm actually completely. Oh, nice. Is that an AC Cobra? I think it might be. Oh, very nice. Okay, we'll pull over now and I'll show you the vehicle. Okay, so this is the exterior of the vehicle. Very nice indeed. Nice shape to it. Very nice indeed. Nice and spacious. Plenty of room for 5 people. Hopefully, as you can see in the video there. Nice and spacious. Loads of room behind the seats for your feet and legs. Loads and loads of room. I'll just show you in the boot as well. Massive boot, as you can see there. So I'll show you under the bonnet. So it looks underneath the bonnet here. TDI. Automatic windows, massive glove box, 8 speakers, air conditioning, USB auxiliary, which is digital radio, Bluetooth for your phone. It's a dashboard. So I said automatic wing mirrors, automatic wipers, rain sensor wipers, auto dazzle, whatever it is, rear view mirror, so if someone's lights are bright behind you, it sort of puts shades on for you. What was the average miles to the gallon we've done? 54? That's not bad. Automatic locking doors, tyre pressure sensor. You can turn off the stability control for the vehicle, USB charger if you need to, or cigarette lighter. There's the wing mirror switch. So like I said, 6 gears, hazard lights down there as well. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. As always, I'll catch you next time. I'm Jake Billing. Please like and subscribe to the video if you enjoyed it. Sorry if I've upset anybody with the driving video. But as always, I'll see you next time.